Yay.
This is the first time I'm trying to film with this mic thing, so we'll see how it goes. I am going to be listing my top 5 favorite things out of 7 categories. The categories are board games, books, movies, movie scenes, outfits and fiction. What are the other two? I'm kind of worried right now because I realized that I started filming without checking my hair. Not that it matters, but I would have liked to have done my hair before I started filming. Anyway, what are the other two? I can't remember. But to help me out, I thought I would list my 5 and then have a friend tell me their 5 in a video that they're going to send to me and I'll edit together. Just so you kind of get more opinions and different ideas as to other people's favorites. And we can also see if any of them line up or match up. So for board games, let me move it closer. My number 5 favorite, so I'm going to go from 5 down to 1. So number 5, we have patchwork. You are making quilts with little pieces of squares. Every button is a currency, and you're trying to use the different shapes. It's just a 2-player game. It's the perfect vacation game. It's upside down. It's not my favorite because it's only a 2-player game, and there's not too much I can do to hurt my opponent, which I do like in other games. I don't know. It's not about hurting people, but obviously it's a very casual, chill game. I like it. I enjoy it. I would recommend anyone to play it. It's a really easy game to just pick up, pause, make tea, make coffee, and come back to. Yeah. Number 4, we have Wilmot's Warehouse. So this is Wilmot's Warehouse. This is based off of a video game, so it's the first ever board game I've played that's based off of a video game. It is a memory game, but it's a little bit more than that because you're working in a factory, you get different objects in, and you decide how to shape the factory based off of those things. And then you're just trying to memorize it as a team. It's a team game. I think it's the only team game I have in my list. You're all working together, and then at the end of the game, all of the orders come in and you have to flip over your tiles and try to place the orders where you remember putting them. It's a really fun game. I enjoy it. It's always fun with friends. I take a picture of the board every time I'm finished with it. And no matter what, even like weeks after, you will remember the story a little bit based off of what you placed beforehand. So great game. Love it. Number 3, we have Earth. Earth is a game where you're building your own island. It is a tableau builder. The most complicated game on my list, probably. Really pretty game. It's a little tough to teach, but once you get it, by the 3rd or 4th round, you're on a run. Something that's really interesting also about this is when you take a turn, each of your opponents gets to take that same turn, but less heightened. So if I got like 3 coins, every other opponent gets 1 coin. Or if I get to plant 2 cards and a tree, they get to plant 1 tree or plant 1 card. So no matter what, you're always doing something, which is a pro and a con. The good thing about that is you're always doing something. The problem with that is you're always doing something. So there's never a time where another player can get up off the table, or if it's like someone has to go to the bathroom, might as well take a break. It's almost like a movie. Like you're all agreeing to be there together, and it's not a long game, but you just have to prepare for it. Number 2, we have Everdell. So Everdell is a really beautiful game. I think most people in my family are going to be mad at me for including this in my list because they always want to play it, and I'm never quite wanting to. It's not anything against the game. It's just, it's a bit long, and I don't know. For it to be my number 2, I should play it a lot more than I actually do. But I always play other board games or recommend other board games, but I'm never upset when I play this game. It's always fun. We always have a good time. It's pretty fine to teach. It's not too tough to teach. This is what the back looks like. Yeah, so you got that tree there. and you're trying to build your little animal critter town. And I loved it so much that we all, I don't remember who chipped in, but we got the expansion as well, which gives you like a little festival season, and you also get to play with like asymmetric powers where each character, like the turtles have their own powers, the beavers have their own powers, hedgehogs their own, squirrels. Love the Everdell series. You have to try it. It's tough to learn, so you probably have to try it with me. I would love to play with you, whoever's watching. Let's play it sometime, even though I never recommend playing it. I recommend playing it. It's never my first one that, like, when I have people over, I'm like, let's play Everdell. I start with other games. Great games, though. So, my number one, my all-time favorite. I didn't do any honorable mentions, by the way, for board games. I feel like there's too many to count, so if you ever just want board game recommendations, just ask me. But my number one all-time favorite is Mahjong. I love Mahjong so much. It's a lot of fun. I like it for the history. I like it for the style, the way it looks. It feels cool to play Mahjong almost. Like every time I play it, I feel like I made it. You know, like to learn Mahjong is so difficult, and there are so many different rules. I play with the Hong Kong rules. Every time I've mentioned playing Mahjong with someone, people are always like, "Oh, my grandma plays it on her iPad." That's not Mahjong. That's not Mahjong. And there's an American way to play Mahjong too, which is just Rummikub, basically. That's also not Mahjong. You have to play at least by the Hong Kong rules, at least by that. My rabbit, when I had a rabbit, I don't anymore, he chewed the case. That's not why I got rid of him, but it certainly didn't help in his favor. Wait, look at how, you hear that? And they're big tiles, they're huge, they're chunky, and they're pretty, and you get to like make a tower, and you get to, I don't know, it's a great game. It's really fun. I have a lot of good memories teaching it, a lot of good memories playing it. I don't know. I would recommend everyone to try to play it, especially with me. And I love the feeling you get when it's suspenseful and everyone's like, two people are down to like so close to getting Mahjong. And then someone has it, or someone drops something, and you say, Mahjong. You pick up that tile, you flip them all down. I know if you've seen Crazy Rich Asians, you saw the scene where the daughter does that. I haven't seen it, but I've seen the scene, because everyone who I've played Mahjong with is like, it's just like Crazy Rich Asians. Probably because Asian people play Mahjong, so they would know how the game works. Really fun, would recommend. Next we have Stephen Penn recommending his top 5, or maybe not recommending, he's just going to list his top 5.
Board games. It's this term that's almost a double entendre, wouldn't you think? Because of course it refers to the board of which you're playing on, whether it's the board that comes with the box, or if you're playing cards on the table and the board you have created. But also it's a state of mind. It's the way you view a game when you have nothing else to do. And that is when your creativity and your joy just to be around your friends and family truly shines. So let's examine the 5 top board games in my personal opinion. I probably missed some, and some things here you may not agree with if you are biased. I believe that I have made the most unbiased list, and it takes us to be open-minded to understand it. Starting at number 5, we have the game Clue. Now, this is not a game that many of us play often. I haven't played in a good minute. But when we think about the curiosity it brings to us, when I was a kid, it was the suspense that was involved, right? To be able to solve a mystery. There's something here that none of us knows about. There's a lot of joy in the first 3 games of Clue, which is why I put it at number 5. I don't know if I can think of another game, board-wise, that is filled with that much suspense in a mystery aspect.
Yvette, you were jealous that your husband was stopping Yvette. That's why you killed him, too.
Yes. Yes, I did it. I killed Yvette. I hated her so touch, flames on the side of my face, breathing, heaving.
Oh, Mrs. Peacock.
How did you know my name?
The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Okay, take her away.
Take your hands off me! I'm the senator's wife!
Wadsworth, we got her.
You see, like the Manties, we always get our man.
Mrs. Peacock was a man?
Would anyone care for fruit or dessert?
But number 4 does also contain a good bit of suspense, and that is Jenga. I don't care if you don't think Jenga is not a board game. I think it completely is a board game. It falls in that category. If not, it deserves to be. It's kind of like the white guy coming to the cookout. He earned it. Because that game you can play for hours on end with different competitors, and no matter what, it is still about skill. Skillfully picking your different selection of the Jenga blocks. But also those jokes. There's always that one jerk who blows on the Jenga. We all hate that guy. I'm talking to you, Megan. I'm kidding. I haven't seen you in like 4 years. I hope you're doing well. But it's a game we can all appreciate. And it does contain a higher suspense level than Clue, which is why I think it's better. I think we as humans, we prefer games that make our heart flutter, that make our heartbeat rise, because it matters to us, the outcome of the game. And that's what makes it a great game. Coming on to number 3, many would put this higher. Personally, I think it could even go lower. It is Uno. Again, maybe not a board game, but I asked Tommy and he said they apply. Uno is kind of a worldwide game. And we all have our own rules to how we play it in our household. Some of them are crazier. Some of them are more fun. Even here, halfway across the world, they have their own ways of playing it that I've never heard of. So don't get me wrong, the impact it's had on the world is amazing, which is why it deserves number 3. But the reason I would not put it higher, it's just nearly due to the fact that I just get bored of it. I think Uno is best in groups of 4 to 6 people. 5 people max. Because when you start to get too many people and it takes too long to get to your turn, and there are people who are yapping and changing the subject and they're not devoted to the game, I don't think it's enjoyable anymore. I think I'm just holding on to these cards, waiting like for 5, 7, 10 minutes until it's my turn again. And that's not a game I want to play. But when you play with the right people, when you play with that nice group of people who enjoy the humor and people who are okay with adding +2s on +2s, that is the only way you should play. And when you do that, oh boy, can it be a fun time. Now, going on to number 2. I think a lot of people should agree with me on this. When you think of board game, this is the first thing that comes to mind. It is the pure definition of board games when it comes to impact on the world, knowledge that you can have in real life, but also the longevity. Say it with me, y'all. Monopoly. Yes, we all love a good game of Monopoly. Fun fact, I have never completed a game of Monopoly. It's on my bucket list, and I know this life is ending soon, so please, someone play Monopoly with me. But that game, when it gets good, that halfway point, oh, it's nothing but joy. Building your hotels, starting from houses to hotels. I love to get that ghetto area at the start and then building that because it's so cheap. But if you can get a lot of bang for your buck. It teaches you about ROI, about the process of investing, picking which areas are best for your return on your investment. And then even trading and making real estate deals with other people. I think that's the best part of it. I think when you say, hey, you don't got to pay anything on this entire block if you just give me that last railroad, and I'll give you half of the equity that comes from that railroad. Oh, that just warms my heart. That just warms my heart. And I think the only way that Monopoly should be played is in the format where if you land on something and you don't want to buy it, then you auction it off to the room. I think that speeds it up. That helps us continue to go on with the game. And maybe if my family did that, I would have completed a game of Monopoly. Now, before we say number one, which I think might piss a couple of you guys off, again, we have to think unbiasedly here. But before we go there, let's look at some honorable mentions, shall we? Starting with the biggest honorable mention of all. This one, honestly, could make an argument for the greatest game of all time. I don't even know why it's not in the top 5. But for some reason, I have this feeling that it needs to be a separate thing. And that is poker. Oh, I love poker. Oh, man. That game, Texas Hold'em, 5-card draw, 7-card draw, any of them. That game has a monopoly on the world. That is what grabs most single fathers, most married fathers, most single men. Any man really deep down wants to gamble, you know? So I think that when it comes to the effect and the impact it's had on this organization we call Earth, it's hard to top it. Another honorable mention I want to bring out is the board game Sorry. We love Sorry. I haven't played it in a long time, but man, did I enjoy that. Phase 10 is a good honorable mention, but I think we can agree that it doesn't deserve to be in that top. Now, I don't want to go too overtime, so here is my number one. And please hear me out, my friends and family. Tommy as well. Chess. Chess is the most popular board game in the entire world, statistically. No other game is played as consistently and as worldwide, and it has had the hugest effect on the brain. Tactic and statistical game, but also, if you really decide to get good at it, it can become enjoyable. So those are my top 5. You know, maybe you hate it, but who cares? Tommy didn't ask you. He asked me. So I hope you're all doing well. Those are my top 5. I will see you guys in the next one.
Okay, so now we are on to my top 5 favorite books. I am not that big of a reader. I would like to be a better reader. I'm pretending to be a reader more than I actually am. Like, I have a bunch of books, but I never really read them, nor do I have time for them. And a lot of them on the list, I only have 2. No spoilers. I only have 2 of the physical copies because the other ones, when I finish reading them, I give them to someone else or they've just been lost to time. So, and after this, Orest will be doing his top 5. I should mention which ones I've read and which ones I've listened to the audiobook of. Only one of them is my number one that I listened to the audiobook of. But I would honestly recommend listening to the audiobook version of it. I'll get there when I get there, okay? So coming in at my number 5 is one that I have the physical of, which is The Tale of Despereaux by Kate DiCamillo. And it is a really, really good book. I was a big hater of The Tale of Despereaux. Some good illustrations in there. I was a hater of The Tale of Despereaux. I watched the movie growing up. I hated the movie. It scared me. The art was really weird. The story didn't really make much sense to me. And I was always like, Ratatouille's better, so why would you ever watch The Tale of Despereaux? But Kira knew that I wasn't a fan of it, but she promised it was a good read. She bought me the audiobook, and I listened to it, and I was a huge fan, and I knew that I needed the physical copy. So it's a great kids book. It's a great book for adults. It's a great book to read out loud. It's really entertaining. I should also explain what it's about for those who don't know. It's about a little mouse. It's about a little mouse who decides that he's going to be a knight and he's going to save a princess, and he falls in love with her, and there's betrayal, and there's an evil mouse named, oh my god, Curtiscoto? I don't think it's an actual Italian book. You can see where I stopped reading the physical. Oh my god, this is a card from the chocolate store in Belgium.
how did this get here? I bought this book in America and I never took it with me anywhere, but this is from Belgium. This is the best chocolate place ever. I've been trying to find a way to get this chocolate. It's so good. They don't ship to America, or if they do, it's like for hundreds of dollars. Really, really good book. Number 4, we have House of Stairs by William Sleater, which I'll put here or here, maybe both, because they have a lot of different covers. This one I read the physical book too. It's a very interesting read. It is a sci-fi novel about these young people who wake up in it's not really a mansion, it's a capsule of staircases that lead nowhere. And they keep trying to find a way out and they can't, and they're starting to starve. And then they find this one obelisk in the center of one of the stairwells, not stairwells, like a ledge almost. And they have to find a way to get food out of it. And they find out if they do this specific dance, they will get food. And then it starts to change. And when they do that dance, it's not happening. So one of them is frustrated and he punches another one, and then it rewards that. So that gives them food. So then they're like, oh, so violence gives food too. So they'll start beating each other up for food. And it's been like probably a year and a half since I've read it. It's like an allegory. That's what I'm trying to say. It's an allegory for how you do things for positive affirmations, or we're all friends until it gets down to the wire. And then, people are truly animals. That's the whole thing. It's about people will be animals for food, but then and I probably said too much. I'm going to cut a lot of what I said so that I don't spoil it. It's a good read. It's a fast read. I don't know if I would recommend it to everyone. You can ask me if you think it's a very specific recommendation. So if it sounds interesting to you, ask me and I'll let you know if it's good for you specifically, whoever's watching this. Number 3, we have, that's not a physical. The physical one I gave to Giancarlo, so I don't have that anymore. But it's The Day of the Triffids by John Wyndham. John Wyndham is a British author, science fiction. He does a few famous ones. A really good book. It is about a comet show that happens and a bunch of people watch it, and the next day they wake up and they can't see. They've all been blinded by it and they don't know why or what happened with that. And the main character had eye surgery that day, so he wasn't able to see the comet show, but it happened all around the world. So anyone who wasn't able to see it can see now the next day, but everyone else has been blinded, which is interesting in itself because a lot of planes will go down and a lot of train crashes and car crashes and people are wandering into the streets, but babies can still see and toddlers can still see. So then you have adults begging for children to lead them places. It's very interesting. So this premise itself is good as it goes, but there's also plants that are alive and can move and are aggressive. The donkeys are right here. Wait, let me show you the donkeys. Wait, look. Look at the donkeys. Duke, Daisy. Anyway, the plants are alive and are attacking people, and it's very exciting. And you see how he tries to save people who can't see, the main character, and it goes through a few years down the road. So you see how it begins and where it's going. Would recommend to everyone, I think. It's hard to recommend books because they're such an investment. What the heck was that? Whew. You never know when a killer plant is around. Sometimes it's a killer bird. It's what is that called? It's a blue jay. Wow. Okay. Number 2, this one I have the physical copy of. I don't know why this physical copy is so small. The font, it's because the font is very small. That's why. This is not the one that I read. I read the newer published version, so it's a lot bigger. The font's bigger. The cover's actually not hideous. I love vintage retro covers. This one is so ugly, and I don't even really understand what it is. The book is about overpopulation, so maybe it's supposed to be crowded and ugly on purpose. I don't know. I hate this. I only bought it because I gave my physical copy to Giancarlo once again, and he hasn't read any of these. So shame on him for not reading them. Shame on me for trying to force the books onto someone who didn't really want to read a sci-fi book. I'll say it. So this book is about overpopulation, like I said, but it is about advertising more than anything. And it's sort of a parody on humanity and where we're going with how many ads we push onto people and how subliminal messaging works. And it's about a guy who's a lead advertiser, like a manager of a firm, and they pitch to him that the Earth is overpopulated, so they need to start sending people to Mars, I think. Mars or Venus, one or the other. And it's going to be terrible. It's going to be awful for like 3 generations, but he needs to pitch it to convince people that it's going to be great and here's why you should. So he needs to use like all of his talents to figure out the best way to convince people to sign up for something that's terrible and how you could even do that. And there's a lot of government intrigue with the overpopulation in the first place, with this being actually the best thing for humankind, or could we like take a step back? The way that the food industry is working with overpopulation, it's a really good read. This is what got me back into reading. I think this is the first one that I picked up because I grew up reading like Hunger Games and stuff like that. Like I loved all the YA stuff, and then I stopped for a while. And it's hard to get back into it. But it's like a short-ish read and very fun, exciting book that's really accurate to our time now with all the advertising. And yeah, would highly recommend. Number 1, we have Flowers for Algernon by Daniel Keyes. That book is my... Oh, they're letting... Oh man, the Blue Jay's back. Flowers for Algernon is a book about a guy who is not super educated. He has a little bit of a learning disability, and they decide to do an experiment on a rat to make a rat really smart. His name is Algernon, and then they decide to do the experiment on him to make him really smart, and it works on both of them. And there's a little bit of some side effects that come with that. If you've never read it before, wow, the donkeys are literally... Hi, Daisy. Let me say hi to Daisy. Are you surprised to see me here? Yeah, I'm in my grandparents' spot, by the way. This is kind of like where they hang out. What you doing, Daisy? You surprised? Hi, Duke. You can't get over here. You're not allowed up. Hi, Duke. What's going on, man? So there are side effects that come with the medication that he takes to get really smart. He sees how people treat him differently. He looks back retrospectively and sees how he was treated by people who he thought were his friends before, but now he knows that they were treating him poorly because he wasn't educated. It is a really good book, but I would recommend the audiobook because honestly, the reader's job conveying the message and conveying how his education grows is really, really skilled. He does an amazing job. So I'm just looking at Duke right there. Look at how cool they are. What you doing, Duke? What you doing? Okay. But yeah, would highly recommend that to anyone. But yeah, those are my top 5 favorite books. And next we will have Orest listing his top 5 favorites, which I'm really excited to see. Orest is a reader, like he loves reading. So I'm excited to see what he put where. And I probably won't read any of his because I think he reads like really big books and I'm not much of I'm like the sci-fi kind of reader. So yeah, all right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hello there, my name is Orest. Tommy asked me to make a top 5 my favorite books that I've ever read, and here we go, my top 5. So number 5 goes to The Mysterious Island, Jules Verne. A great adventurous book. Like if you like reading about a group of men who is surviving on an island in the middle of the ocean, crafting, farming, exploring the mysteries of the island, like that's a book for you. Highly recommend. Number 4, The Man in the High Castle, Philip K. Dick. A very specific book. If you guys are interested in the alternative history, so here we go, that's a book for you. That's like a story what would happen if Nazis with Japanese won the Second World War, what world would become like, and like, you know, a lot of different stuff, like a lot of races and stuff like this. So, and the ending is very unexpected. If you like stuff like that, that's the book for you. Number 3, The Last of Mohicans. A great adventure romance book. It contains a lot of syntactic structures and figures of speech which makes you experience very old-fashioned way of speaking. So you kind of transferring to the old days when people were doing all this stuff with so much respect, so much honor, blah blah. So, and the ending is also a killer, like highly recommend. Number 2, that's The Murder in the Orient Express, Agatha Christie. It's a marvelous detective book. Good story, great characters, like it kind of makes you like experience being a detective, and like you also trying to solve the case with the main character, trying to combine all the facts that you learned and like and see if you are right at the end of the day. Yeah, highly recommend, like one of the best detective books that I've ever read. Number 1, a masterpiece. It's called The Count of Monte Cristo, Alexander Dumas. It's an outstanding book. The story itself is so cool, like the main character is very good. It's a story about love, betrayal, politics, surviving in the wild circumstances, and yeah, so good book with a great ending. Highly recommend, guys. And yeah, it's been my like top 5 books that I like, and I hope this top 5 will help you guys to find something new to read. Enjoy.
Yeah.